What is up, guys? It's your boy Phil Shaka, the 96 Hedgehog here with our Week 10 team builder of WWC. We are going against Matthias, the return of Matthias, and the San Diego Toga Kiss. Last time we faced off Matthias, we ended up losing to him. And we did face off. I think we actually did. We faced off in Season 2, but that one was kind of didn't matter, but we lost anyways. But this is a match that I've been looking for some little bit of redemption, not gonna lie, a little redemption. Just because I want to see how well we can do and how we can get going against him. But you guys can hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe during the Phil Shocker Crit today. Excuse me. And you'll be thrilling with the king of the crew. So let's go ahead and break down Matthias' team. He did choose a Mega for his team. His Mega is G-Max. It's Charizard X, and Charizard X is always a big threat. Selgor, good Spikes user. Toxic Spikes is another. Sylveon, reliable Wish user. Bronzong, just a defensive Pokemon. Silvally, I can see a couple of typings making sense to bring versus me. Thundurus, a very powerful electric type. Very fast. Hitmontop, a good, decent Intimidate user and access to Spin. Espeon, Magic Bounce user. So there is that. Blastoise. Blastoise is a good, reliable spinner, defensive water type, and can do this. Archeops is a very physical, offensive Pokemon. But once weakened down with Hazard, it becomes kind of useless and not that good. And then Marowak is just a ground type. It's nothing else. So, looking at this matchup, Matthias has got it. I think the first five being the first four being a Selgor, Charizard, Sylve, Bronzong. Those four are guaranteed to come this week because I actually have very limited switches into a Selgor with Bug Buzz plus Energy Ball. Then the last move could potentially be either what's it? Hmm. Toxic Spikes, I don't know what else. I think I'm delaying time. But these four, 100% come. Sylveon is actually pretty decently good for my team as well. Bronzong, I'm seeing more of a physically defensive Bronzong coming this week. Still with a little bit of Spadef, but probably something like a body press iron defense setup, which I can totally see Matthias bring because that actually puts so much pressure on my team. It's not even funny. For his last two, it's kind of in the air. I think for sure Savali counts. Otherwise, he has got no way to remove any type of hazards. Now, Matthias has about 4 rolls I can see him bringing with this Savali. The most likely one that may or may not even show up is Bug. Bug makes sense because it's up my ground spam versus his team, which he kind of has a little problem switching into besides Thundurus. Another one is Water. He could bring a defensive Water Valley set to kind of counter Dracovish if he doesn't bring Blastoise. Third option is definitely a Poison type to have that Groudon Poison type so that way he doesn't have it. Plus gives him another check to Rabombi potentially as well. And lastly is a Dark type, because you can see in his team he has got 0 Dark type Mons, and really kind of just gets destroyed by Dark typing, and can really be a problem for his team. So I can actually see Hitmontop coming over Thundy potentially, but I think Thundy's Electric Stab plus Dark Pulse kind of just runs shop on my team if I'm not careful. So I think that's the team he's going to bring. Espeon is also something I can potentially see as well, only if he really wanted to stop hazards, but that's a really. So let's break down the team we're bringing this week. We're bringing back Majora since week 5. Majora is one of those that have been so successful with this season. I'm really happy. I'm looking for some more great things with Majora this week. We're running Trick Room, Shadow Claw, Earthquake, Toxic Spikes with the leftovers. Max HP, 140 Nature Attack, 116 Spadef. We got a really more, kind of leans toward a Spadef attacker this week. We got naturally good defenses, so I'm not too worried about physical offense versus my team, but I don't mind the Spadef minus. I will say, if this is a Specs Thundurus, we are in trouble. But there's actually something that's really good with having this Trick Room on here. You'll see in a little bit. But This team really is going to be good. I think Rodriguez can do a lot. Its main goal is to hopefully set up those toxic spikes and really try to chip down the team. And another thing, actually, I just realized, Matthias is already Electro type, but Matthias' Electro type can kind of check me, but he can't really switch in on this Mon because he knows I have Shadow Claw, and if I do crit, it will kill. Since I do have what's my percent chance to crit? High critical ratio, so basically it's never going to happen. Okay. Coming back this week is going to be Virax, our Tyranitar, and I've really been digging Tyranitar. It may be only 3 and 4 when it comes to killing deaths, but this Pokemon's been super fun to use. I'm really excited using it. We're bringing the Jolly Set, 80 in HP, max attack, and enough speed to outspeed the Thunderous. Once we Dragon Dance, Crunch, Rock Slide, Iron Head. This blows back his entire team except really for the Hitmontop. So if the Hitmontop's there, we really need to chip Hitmontop down to where Ironhead can basically do the work that we need to do, or we play it around the switching game. And I know what happened last time we ran Oxlide. We literally missed the first time we clicked it, but it's my only legit way I want to run it. I'm not want to run Stone Edge. And I know people think run Rock Blast. Rock Blast is better for Gigalith, if I'm being totally honest with you. But Crunch is really good because it's good amount spammable versus this team because it has a lot of best things I want to switch into a Dark type move. Rock Slide is super good versus this team. Excuse me. And then the Iron Head is specifically there just for Sylveon. Hopefully, we have the Smooth Rock because we're going to bring Sand Fish, obviously. But we are going to be bringing a Mon that can basically come in, set up the sand, and then actually Dragon Dances. We then can either crunch into Iron Head, kill the Sylveon potentially based on investment, or once a Dragon's up, we have a chance to flinch it, but it cannot do anything against me. And then after I flinch it, I can then click Crunch, click Rock Slide constantly if I need be. But once Bronzong gets either whittled down to an Iron Head or a Rock Slide could kill it, depending on that. But this Mon is really detrimental versus his team, really scary. Also as Mr. Vish, and we're going to run the 3 moves like we did last time. We are running Max this week because this lets me guarantee outspeed +1 Charizard and Choice Scarf Thunderous inside sand, which is really clutch. And he has literally got a hard time switching into Vicious Rent. Which is why I think his only best way, if he's not bringing Blastoise, which I kind of can't see Blastoise, but I kind of can at the same time. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had to take care of something there. But if he doesn't bring defensive Blastoise and Silvally is not Silvally Water, then he has no safe switch into this monster. This monster just clicks Vicious Rin versus his team. He has no safe water switching. I didn't think I also talked this last one. He also has a Gorgeist. Is that Gorgeist? Did I forget about Gorgeist? Oh, I must have. Whoops. He has a Gorgeist, but I don't think he comes in brings, so do that. But yeah, other than that, if I get burned or anything like that, that's why I got Facade, and then Outrage just because Outrage is so spammable once we gets rid of his fairy type. We're bringing Ellie this week, and we're bringing the Life Orb Sheer Force Elephant, baby. We're bringing Heat Crash, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Super Power. 160 HP, 108 attack, Adamant Nature, 164 defense, and 76 Dev. This thing is going to be built to be more physically defensive than specially defensive. And it's built to be a little less offensive, but with the attack investment plus sheer force and life orb getting boosted to things like Iron Head, Rock Slide, Superpower. I will say this, Rock Slide, Superpower will be, I think, the only moves that could potentially get boosted with that life orb. Heat Crash and Iron Head will reveal that I am life orb, so I do need to make sure if I can try to get my stealth rocks up as soon as I can with that. But Ellie is looking to really put in some work, and this is where the Trick Room aspect can actually benefit Ellie if we can get a proper switch in correctly. Because I can instantly Dynamax and just click buttons versus my opponent's team. Up next, we're in Tinkerbell with the Babiri Berry, Quiver Dance, Moonblast, Bug Buzz, Roost, 64 HP, max special attack, modest nature, 192 in speed, to where we outspeed a Thunderous outside and any choice scarf variants of Thunderous and a +1 Charizard. Basically, the only real questionable mon we're going to have to break through is really just the Bronzong and the Sylveon. But for Bronzong, that's why I got Babiri Berry, because if he is more of a general physically defensive, Bug Buzz at +1 will two-shot him. Guaranteed. So that's the problem with that. But other than that, we gotta get rid of that Sylveon. That's why I have Roost, so I can 1v1 Sylveon. Ignore that. That was just my Hulu. And last was Willpower, Shuttleball, Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, and Calm Mind. Calm Mind over Nasty Plot because I can actually build out Spadev instead of having to run a fully offense. 112 HP, max special attack, and enough speed to outspeed the Thunders. That's going to be the team. I hope we can pick up another win and keep the streak going. But until next time, guys, I'm Full Shotgun.